Hey, White Rookie 85 out here for this year's fire pit chat. Probably going to be a little bit shorter than previous years. I am not going to show some trophies that the guys got last year. Just kind of deleting that segment in here. Just kind of wrap up 2021, give you an idea of what's going on for 2022, and also just to come out, say hi for a little bit. I know it's been basically before Christmas since I put anything out. It's some Kicking Horse coffee. That's Grizzly Claw. That's a nice dark coffee, kind of chocolatey. Goes good with this Charter Oak cigar that Backcountry Pipe sent down. It's been a bit, so I just wanted to pop out here, get next to the fire. Possibly going to get some snow today, and get out here and just say hi, see how everybody's doing. I did pretty good up the cabin this year as far as what we want to do. I'll give you an update on our tree situation. That's coming up. I got that solar generator in place, the EcoFlow, and we'll have that this year. I want to expand on that, add some solar panels, some dedicated outdoor 24 hours a day staying out solar panels, and that should really help us out up there. Have to reconfigure some electric up there just to kind of make it a little bit easier when we're switching back and forth between generator and the solar generator. And you know, the one is out there at the enclosure, and we run the extension over. And then of course when we're running the solar generator inside it with the battery, that's just like right in the cabin, right next to my bunk, as a matter of fact, and just flip that switch. 2021 turned out pretty good. Didn't get a deer, but that's the way it goes. Had a good time up there during deer camp, and spent that 10 days up there. And I kind of said to Sean, I'll be like, remind me not to do this again this year or next year. And I kind of told my wife, hey, remind me not to do that this next year. It gets kind of long. But she kind of reminded me, well, maybe you should do that way you can do it. Go up there and enjoy yourself when you can go up there by yourself, or be there by yourself and feel comfortable and not need a hand from everybody. So she's got a point about that. It's getting, you know, a couple months away, and it's already like, yeah, you know what, I probably can do the 2 weeks again. So and who knows, by the time I get done next year's camp, I'll be saying I don't want to do it. But I think she's definitely got a point there. Do it. Go up there and enjoy it. As far as the cabin goes, really inside there's not that much more to do. So again, as I put out a couple times, if anybody has any suggestions on what to do up there, something for the firewood. I know the shooting bench has to be completely redone. A couple of the chairs need some fixing again. They do sit out there all year long, so they kind of get worn. And there was a big feller that sat in one this year and kind of crunched one. So I don't know if I have to replace that one or just put some boards on there to strengthen it back up again. So that'll be coming up. But think of things that you'd like to see me do, but you got to remember, most likely I'm going to be doing it myself. The guys, they get up there when they can, but I mentioned that they've got lives, they got wives, they've got kids, and they can't get up there as often as I do. And when they want to go on vacation, maybe they want to go on vacation to the islands, or you know, they want to spend that time. When you're working, you only have that limited time, and they can't get up there as often as I do, and I go up during the week, so it kind of makes it easier for me to do some things up there. So think about some things you'd like to get done. I know somebody mentioned a shower enclosure. One thing about there, I cannot run any water out of the cabin. I can't have any pipes coming out of the cabin and going out. Just PA does not allow that. Even if you're thinking like, well, okay, it's just shower water, something like that. It's gray water. It's not urine or whatever. You can't do that in PA. It has to go into some type of septic field. You can take a shower outside, but you can't pump your water from an inside shower outside. Does it make sense? No, but that's the rules, and I'm going to stick by that. Some people have already got fined up there or told about it, warned about it, that if they didn't take care of it, they were going to get fined. So we don't want to run into any issues like that. So think about that. I know some people just did mention that shower enclosure outside, For as much as we take a shower out there, maybe 2-3 times a year if it's warm and nice, you know, it's like your what you spend for your return. We're gonna have Pete come up once we get our tree stuff done, and I guess I might as well go right into that. Hold on a second, Pete, and we'll talk about you in a sec. But I've talked to the tree guy now. About a month ago or so, they went up and did their survey. They inventoried all the trees. There's 3 different lots, and told us for each one of them. And they came back with some numbers actually just last week, and we've accepted their numbers and told them to go ahead and start. So that will be, the guy told me, anywhere from April 1st to June 15th will be the time that they're in there, and it'll take about a month to complete. So we're looking forward to that. I am going to try to get up there one more time and meet with the timber rep, just to make sure we're all completely on the same page, just because we're not there when they're going to go up. So we just want to make sure that there's no mistakes, nothing left out, cut too much over this way and maybe not enough over the other way. So we're just going to have all that worked out, and I'm going to try to get Mrs. Rook to come up with me. It'll be just a quick trip, a couple dayer, but hopefully I get a nice cabin trip with Mrs. Rook in it that you haven't seen. So I'd like to get her up there, even if it's just for a couple days or so. Well, and Pete, after that is done, you can come on in and we can put that blind up, and hopefully there'll be some, I know there's going to be 4-wheeler roads in there, so we'll just be able to ride in with a 4-wheeler. You have a modular setup, so we'll just get that all together, and hopefully we'll just bang that out. And I don't know how long it takes you, but hopefully, 3-4 hours, we'll get that banged out and get that box blind up. Again, Pete, certainly appreciate that. So that'll be one of the things you're seeing up there. Again, the solar panel, a little bit of work here and there. I was actually thinking about putting up a very short fence in front of that propane tank, just so it doesn't stick out quite as much, and then kind of match it with the color of the cabin, that nice kind of rustic maroonish brown that the cabin is. And I think that'll kind of look good. Just cover it a little bit, but it's not going to be all the way around it where we're going to have any issues if we ever have to move that tank or anything like that. It's just going to be a very simple fence that I think I'll be able to make out of some wood that's up there. I know Senior had left some cedar, and we'll go ahead and use some of that, put a little design in it. Probably just use 2x4s for the stakes, because it's basically just for looks and not for lean against or anything like that. So that's again one of the projects I was thinking about, getting that shooting bench redone. That's a #1 project for sure. As far as the solar panel goes, we are not going to put it up on the roof. We're going to have that off the deck somewhere. We don't want to really drilling any holes in the roof. The roof has been great, so we just don't want to introduce any issues to the roof. So we're not going to do anything as far as holes go there, and we're going to have it off to the side, and it should provide us with enough light. I think we're going to get the 210-watt panels. Put them together and then run that into the solar generator inside, and hopefully that'll be able to charge that up a lot during the day, and we'll be able to use it at night, not have to worry about the gas generator. So that's definitely a project. And for those of you who've been visiting my Amazon store and checking out some products there, anything that you're buying off of there, I do get a little bit of commission from that. It doesn't raise your price. They just say, for going to my page and then buying a product, I get, I don't know what it is, 2% or something off the whatever you buy. And I've been saving that money. If I'm buying something off of Amazon, I just buy it off my credit card. I've been saving that. It kind of goes into a gift card balance, and I've been saving that for the solar panel. So for those who've been visiting the store, I appreciate it. If you want to visit it again, there's products that I think are really good, that work for us up at the cabin. And visit the store, then just do your regular Amazon shop, and I get something from that too. So again, if you're doing that, I appreciate it. And you will see that solar panel and a few more pins up there for the Blue Pot Cafe and the shelf up there to honor our veterans and military heroes. So I'll be using that money for that. Again, it's not for anything else except for the cabin. How many emails do I get a year with somebody trying to say, hey, will you do a video on this, or will you pitch a product for that? Well, it's probably about 100 or so, and I think I usually do a couple a year, maybe three or four that I think is pretty good. I did get a email about an electric e-bike. It's from, I think it's Himaway is the company, and once they have some back in stock, they're supposed to send me one, and it'll be nice to do a video on that. Mrs. Rook's going to get involved with that one, and possibly going to be able to bring that up to the cabin and maybe ride around on some of the trails through that, because they're big fat tires on there. It's kind of like a mountain type bike, but electric, and hopefully I'll be able to tool around on that a little bit up the cabin and around here. And if that does work out, again, I'll get Mrs. Rook involved, and you'll see a video on that. And for the rest of the new one, I'll probably go do some turkey hunting. I've been hunting out of the blind for the past few years down at the club, and hunting in a blind it's a lot easier because you can make a lot more movements. You don't have to worry about things quite as much as just when you're sitting out there. But I've found the experience isn't quite as rewarding as walking and calling and then hearing one and trying to get him in as you're leaning against a tree, trying to stay as still as you can. So I think I'm going to go ahead and try to stay out of the blind as much as I can. I'm sure there's some time I'm going to get in there, but I kind of enjoy the walk and call and walk and call and see if you can get something to react to you. So I'll be down there doing a little bit of that, maybe some shed hunting down there. Was successful last year with a couple, and there should be a few more down there. There's not going to be any giant ones that I know of, but there might be a few, and add those to my collection. Stay tuned for October too. I do have the North Carolina hunt booked again, and I am going to be leading that hunt, I guess, if you want to call leading it. I'm the one that's kind of coordinating everybody, and we're going to have a couple surprises in there. I'm not going with the group I've gone with the past couple of years. The timing didn't work out, so there's going to be a couple people that you've seen on the channel, and a nice mystery guest that you've never seen before that's related to me. So that's going to be pretty fun. I look forward to that North Carolina hunt down there at Dartridge Farms. And had a good time down there with Andrew and the guys the last few years. So we're going to go back again and see what we're going to be able to get. It's going to be about 7 of us going or so, and that'll be later October. So look forward to that. That's going to be it'll be a fun time and a fun video and good food and good times as always. And again, of course, deer camp and whatever else comes along. And again, if I think there's something you want to see, I'll certainly do a video on it. Walker, just kind of wanted to get out here, talk to you for a little bit, tell you the plans, the trees, the blinds, the solar panels, some more work around the cabin you're going to see again this year, and of course a good meal here and there. Camp Cook is working on another brisket recipe. He tried it out, I think, around Christmas with the family. He said it turned out pretty good. He's got a couple tweaks to make to it. So we could see another brisket with Camp Cook, and hey, I look forward to it, because brisket is great. You know, a good brisket is great, and I really don't want to see him fail. I'd rather just enjoy the meat, especially with things getting so expensive like that. To waste food, you just can't do that. We got some nice heat coming off of this thing. It's about 35 degrees. We got a very good cigar, a little Connecticut wrapper on here. Great coffee, and that chocolate note in there really pops. Goes great with this cigar. So I'm going to kick out here for a little bit. I still have a good 25-30 minutes to go on that, so I'm just going to sit here for a little bit and go ahead and enjoy this cigar and enjoy a nice fire. Maybe throw another log in or two. So everybody, stay tuned. Maybe that e-bike video will be next, maybe something else. Maybe I get Mrs. Rook to do some canning or something like that, and show you how we do that, or the chili or something. So stay tuned, and hopefully I'll see you back soon. So this White Rook 85, everybody certainly take care, stay safe. It's still important to stay safe and keep your family fed, and I'll catch you next time. Now, one thing I didn't mention during the chat there is, since we're going to do the timbering up there this year, not going to turkey hunt again. Same reason as last year, going to give the turkeys a break. Been having a tough time up there population wise, so I'd just rather give them a chance to do what they need to do. There's going to be enough disruption on our property with the timbering, so we're not going to turkey hunt, but you are going to see me in Pine Creek fishing spring trip this year. I'm going to get up there and try to do a little trout fishing, get in there, get the line wet, and see if I can haul in a few trout this year, and look forward to that. It's been a long time since I've been fishing, actually, since I went with Senior the last couple years of his time was the last time I fished, and just haven't been able to really get into it since, but gonna try this year. You're gonna give it a go, so you're gonna see me up there doing a little bit of fishing, and certainly look forward to that.